Humanity, I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. I'm so Ray. My videos are about love, infinity, creation, energy, because we're infinite love, infinite energy, infinite creation. This is who we are. We're the human species. This is who we are. We're a benevolent species. We're a love-based species, a heart-based species. This is who we are. We are the human race. This is precisely who we are. We are the human race. We're an incredible species. We're an amazing species. This is who we are. We live to love and we love to live. The primordial instinct of our species is the human heartbeat, the pulse of life, the pulse of creation, the instinct to exist. And this is precisely who we are. So this video is a lovely video. It's called Sunson. It's about who we are as a species. So essentially, we are this remarkable species. We are really the center of the universe. This is who we are, the center of the cosmos. This is precisely who we are as a species. We are the center of the cosmos. Why? Because where we are located, you see, our planet, Earth, orbits the central sun. The central sun of the universe, the cosmos. This is our actual location. This is where we are located. How do we know this? Well, the Greek knew this. They knew that we were the center of the universe, and they gave us the sphere, Archimedes, and the radius of it, and pi, which is infinity itself, and everything that led to what they've done, the republic, democracy, freedom. All these ideas come from this notion of infinity and the meaning of the apple, what the apple means, and all these different concepts that are essentially fundamental for us to understand who we are as a species and our location in the cosmos. Because they also, the Milky Way, the name of our galaxy, was also a Greek invention. Because they knew exactly where we were, they knew exactly who we are, and that we are a sun-centric species. You see, they knew everything about the cosmos and who we are as a species and everything. The ancient Greek were extremely wise, and they still with us. You know, their ideas, they've never been more prevalent than today, in today's world. So, okay, so let's talk a little bit about it. What is sun? Well, our sun is the central sun. Our sun is the singularity of the universe, of the cosmos. So you see, the universe as we know it, the cosmos, is an electromagnetic field. And all electromagnetic fields are spherical in nature. All electromagnetic fields are spherical in nature. This is the nature of it because of polarity, because of charge, and that electromagnetism is just spherical in nature. It's just the way it is. And that electromagnetic field needs a point of release. It needs a singularity. It needs a point where all points meet. And this is precisely what the singularity is. So the singularity is the singular point where all points meet. Okay, so which point? Well, the infinite number of points on the surface of the electromagnetic field. Because the electromagnetic field is spherical, so it has a surface, right? A spherical surface. And because its energy is electromagnetic, so the electromagnetic field is spherical energy. So this spherical energy has a surface, and that surface has an infinite number of points. And these points are pulses, they're oscillations, they are nodes. It's everything that exists, all the coordinates, all the vectors, all the locations in the universe, in the cosmos. You see, but all this is energy. So energy needs to be released. So energy, otherwise it wouldn't move, right? Because it moves. So that's what electromagnetism is, polarity and charge and all that. So what's the singular point of, so the structure, the universe is a sphere, is stable. So it needs a point of release at the epicenter of it, in the middle, the heart, the center. And this is the singularity. So the singularity is at the epicenter. At the epicenter of the sphere, the electromagnetic field is the very epicenter, the heart of it, the core, the center. And this singularity is all the points on the electromagnetic field of creation, the universe, the cosmos as we know it, all they get released. This energy moves, right? It moves. And when the energy moves, it gets released through a vortex. And that vortex has a singularity at the epicenter. And that singularity is the central pole where all points meet. And that singularity is an infinite point of release. Release of what? Will release the energy. Why infinite? Because there is an infinite number of points on the tension on the surface of the electromagnetic field of the universe. So all these energy is released at the epicenter, the center, which is the central sun, the singularity. So that energy is a spherical energy. It's a singularity, and that is the central sun. Our sun happens to be the central sun of everything that exists, the universe, the cosmos. Okay? So everything that exists, the universe, the cosmos, right? Everything that exists comes as a result of the energy that gets released from the central sun. And that light, that energy, those elements, they go and move and feel the space structure of the sphere. Because the surface of the sphere is just the outer, the outer part of it, right? It's the surface, but it has space within it. A sphere has space within it. So, for example, if you think of planet Earth, think of planet Earth as this, right? So this is planet Earth. So it has a surface, but the surface is not it. It has things inside the surface, the space structure of the surface, the space contained within the surface, right? That makes this stable. So the electromagnetic field of the universe is the same. So it has a surface, but it has a space structure, the space structure within the sphere. And that is everything that exists, the galaxies and everything within the galaxies and all that. It's a space structure of what? Well, the tension of the electromagnetic field on the surface of it. All the infinite number of points. And all that energy is released at this singularity. The singularity is the central zone where all the energy, all the light gets released, and it fills out what? Well, it fills up the structure, space structure of the universe, right? So the structure is stable. And that energy is the central light, is the first sun, is the central sun, is the sun of suns. That's why it's called Sunson, because it's the sun of suns. It's the first sun. All suns of all the stars and all the star systems and all the galaxies originated as a result of the energy of the central sun, the singularity of the universe, being released into the space structure of the sphere of the universe itself, which is the electromagnetic field. Okay, so this is how it works. So we, as a species, the human race, happens to be the species at the epicenter of the central sun. So we are the first species, the most ancient species. We are the central species of the universe, the cosmos as we know it. Why? Because we are the species closest to the proximity of the central sun that created everything in the first place. Because remember, there is always a genesis, there is always an origin, a beginning. And in this case, everything started with the light that came out of the central sun, the singularity of the universe. So the first points where that light meets, right? Because the light's coming out of the central sun, which is our sun. That light moves out, and then that light starts to fill up spherical vacuum thresholds. And these spherical vacuum thresholds form galaxies, right? And that's how, because a galaxy has its own central sun and it has its own electromagnetic field. And the space structure of that galaxy will be all the star systems and the planets within the electromagnetic field of those stars, right? In the orbit of them. So it's just scales of creation, of energy density. The two types of energy density in the way of vibration and frequency, which is highest energy, and then the density of energy in terms of mass, which is heavier, is weight, solidified energy. So two scales, right? And the highest density in terms of energy density is the energy being released in the way of light from the central sun of the universe that creates everything in the first place. So you see, so this is precisely who we are. So we are the species at the epicenter of everything of creation. So because we're the first, it means that the light first came out of the sun and it created us. And then everything was created after us. Everything else after us came after us. So we're the first, we're the oldest, we're the most ancient because we came before everything else. And this is extremely important because this gives us a fundamental competitive advantage in terms of evolution over any other species. Why? Because we were the first. So by being the first, that means that by the time that we exist, then we have an advantage because we are ahead of everyone else because they need to catch up to us because we're the central light. Everything else, all the galaxies and everything else is formed around us. So our central sun is the singularity of the universe, but it also has its own galaxy, its own neighborhood, and this is what the Milky Way is this epicenter of everything, right? And we happen to be the planet in the proximity of the central sun. So you see, our sun is the central sun, the first sun, the son of suns, which makes us the first species, the central species, the species of species, the first species, because we're the consciousness of awareness of infinity itself. How is that even possible? Well, because if you understand who we are as a species, by being at the epicenter, we consume the energy of the central sun ourselves. Because we're sundials. You see, we stare at the sun and that energy comes inside of us and supercharges our cells, and it gives us the consciousness of awareness that we have due to the human heartbeat, the pulse of life and the pulse of creation. Because the creator is spherical energy. In this case, our creator was the central sun of the universe. So because this is who the creator is, we are the image of the creator, meaning that we ourselves, because we're so close to the proximity of it, we ourselves have an electromagnetic field that's spherical in nature, is energy, and it's generated due to our own singularity, which is the human heart. The pulse of life, the pulse of creation generates the electromagnetic, and at the core, at the heart of the electromagnetic field of us, the human body, is the heart. And then it's the same. So at the core of the electromagnetic field of the universe is the sun, our sun. So you see, we're the image of the creator. We're electromagnetic field just like the creator. So we are that. So we're the biology of creation because we're the closest to it. So in essence, what we are is the consciousness and self-awareness of infinity itself. Why? Because there is not only one universe. There is an infinite number of universes. So our universe, just like if you understand our universe, is this electromagnetic field, right, that has an epicenter. And that epicenter has a central sun, which is the singularity of it. And the central sun, right, the central sun, the first sun, the son of suns, creates everything else, all the energy. And we were created as the first species closest to its proximity, right? So in the same logic, and what happens? So the energy from the central sun moves out and it fills up all the electrogravitics differentials, all the different pressure gradients, and generates bubbles of that are called spherical vacuum thresholds. And these bubbles are the energy from the central sun. Essentially, the sun essentially just creates this electromagnetic field around these bubbles, and then the energy gets released because it's energy, and then it becomes the central sun of what will a galaxy. So these are how galaxies are formed as a result of the energy filling up these spherical vacuum thresholds that become electromagnetic fields that have a singularity in the epicenter, and then the galaxies are formed because the process goes to infinity, because spheres are infinite in nature. So it's energy, infinite energy. So the energy of the central sun moves into the space structure of the sphere of the electromagnetic field of that galaxy, and then all the star systems are formed and the planets around them. So you see, and that goes to infinity. But because everything is infinite, our universe is not the only universe. So our universe is one of an infinite number of universes of the cosmos, of whatever creation is, everything that there is. So if we understand this notion and this idea, then we understand that our universe, so you think of it in a different way. So the central sun of existence will be infinity. And infinity itself has its own electromagnetic field, right? And this electromagnetic field of infinity has an infinite number of points on the surface of it, right? And what are these? Well, each of these points is a universe, just like ours. And all these points are meeting at the epicenter, the singular point where all points meet. And this point where all points meet is the singularity of the electromagnetic field of infinity, which is infinity itself. And that is consciousness and self-awareness and love. So it's the energy of creation that creates all the universes as a result. And we're one of those universes. How do we know this? Because of what we have become in terms of evolution, because of our DNA as a species. because we are the consciousness and self-awareness of infinity itself. Why? Because infinity itself is a prime mover. The prime mover is this energy, spherical energy that has an electromagnetic field, that has a singularity at the epicenter, and it has the ability to create everything. So that's the prime mover, the first mover, right? And because our sun is the central sun, is the first sun, is the sun of suns of our universe, is the prime mover of our universe that created everything as a result. And we have the mathematical equation because of our consciousness and self-awareness that is essentially the mathematical equation, the formula of the prime mover, which is the first mover, the creator, which I have provided the mathematics, and it's available to everyone in the world now for free. So essentially what this means, right, if you understand what I mean, what this means is that the creator, the prime mover, infinity itself, creates an infinite number of universes. And the species that inhabits the epicenter, the central sun of the universe, that is the singularity of the electromagnetic field of that universe, and then all that light goes out and creates all the other galaxies. The species that orbits the central sun of that universe becomes the consciousness and self-awareness of that universe. The consciousness and self-awareness of infinity itself, the energy that creates everything, the prime mover. Why? Because remember, the electromagnetic field is feeding that singularity. So that's why the electromagnetic field is stable. And the energy gets released from the epicenter. And what energy is that? Well, it's infinite energy of creation, because there is an infinite number of points, pulses, right, nodes on the surface of the electromagnetic field, which is the space structure itself, everything that is contained within the universe. So all that energy, all those points, all this information, right, is then released through the central sun, the energy of light that creates everything in the first place, right? So then what that means is that because we are the species at the epicenter, at the center of the central sun, orbiting the central sun in our planet, then that means that we're consuming the energy from the closest point a biological organism can, because we're the consciousness and self-awareness of infinity itself. Because all this energy as a species, we consume it through our eyes. So that energy goes straight into our eyes. It's the sun-iris nexus. It's a human practice. Our eyes are designed to consume the energy of the central sun. And that energy goes within, right? And it's the energy of creation. So we're the biology that can channel the energy of creation. And the human DNA is that. The human DNA created us. It's our organism. We exist because of the human heart, the pulse of life, the pulse of creation, and the human heart is contained within our DNA. So we see we are the intelligence of infinity itself, because we can consume the energy from the central sun directly as a biological organism. And as a biological organism, we're conscious and self-aware. And we're so conscious and so self-aware that we are capable with our intelligence of understanding what the creator is, the prime mover that created the universe in the first place, the first move, the singularity, the electromagnetic field. And so what does that make us then? Well, that makes us ourselves the biological expression of the creator itself. Right? Because the creator creates creations and creations create creators. It's an infinite virtuous cycle. So we ourselves, as a creation that was created by the central sun of the universe, ourselves became the creator by evolving into a consciousness and self-awareness of understanding what the creator is. So we ourselves became that, and we are that by being the biological expression of it. Well, who we are as our DNA, our consciousness and self-awareness. That's why the epicenter, the singularity of infinity itself, creating an infinite number of universes, us included, is consciousness, self-awareness, and love. Because us, as the species that inhabits the central sun of our universe, become the consciousness and self-awareness of the universe itself, of infinity itself. So we ourselves create, because ourselves, our consciousness of awareness is the consciousness of awareness of infinity. Why? Because our DNA contains all the telemetry, all the information of the universe. Because remember, our central sun, right? Our central sun is the sun that created everything in our universe. So we are reading the telemetry of the central sun, because the energy of the central sun that is released is the energy from all the points on the surface of the electromagnetic field of the universe. So when this energy is released, that energy comes into our eyes and is stored in our DNA, because we're the biology of infinity ourselves, because we're the consciousness of awareness of infinity, right? Because we understand what the prime mover is, infinity itself. We have the equations, the formula, so we can ourselves be the creator. Because once the creator becomes an it, is a formula, then you are the creator. Because we're the consciousness and self-awareness, right, of infinity itself. And because of that, remember, all the energy that is released is the energy from all the points in the universe. That's why it's infinite energy. So that energy contains all the information from all the nodes, all the pulses, all the coordinates, all the vectors, right? All the locations in the universe because of the electromagnetic field. And that energy is released to the singularity. And because we're so close to it, every time that energy is released, we're consuming it. So we're storing within our DNA everything that exists. So within our DNA is everything that exists. So our DNA contains everything that exists in our universe. And we're the species of the universe, right? The central species. This is who we are. This is what the human race is. The human race is precisely this. So because of that, with our thoughts and consciousness and our actions, we're creating everything. Our impact is universal, meaning everything that we do has an impact across everything that exists. And because we have evolved into this species, we ourselves create, with a consciousness of awareness, are co-creators of infinite eternity. So because remember, the singularity of infinity, the electromagnetic field of infinity, and each point is a universe, which is us, fits back to what? To the singularity of infinity, which is consciousness, self-awareness, and love. And we are that. We're the consciousness of awareness of infinity because we are the central species at the epicenter of our universe, orbiting the central sun, the first sun, the son of suns, the Sunson. That's why it's called Sunson, because it's the son of suns, meaning it's the first sun. The sun that came before all the other suns in all the galaxies and the star systems in our universe. So that's why it's Sunson. So that means that we are the children of Sunson, right? We are children of the first sun. We are the children of the sun, the central sun, our species. So thus, because we're the image of the creator, the prime mover, the central sun, then ourselves become Sunsons. We are Sunson ourselves, because we are the energy of the central sun. But biologically speaking, we are the biology of it. We are the consciousness and self-awareness, the love of it. So what is it that we do as Sunsons then? Well, we create the highest energy. And the highest energy is the energy of our heart, and that's love. Why? Because the heart is what gives us life. The pulse of life, the pulse of creation, the human heartbeat. Right? The pulse of life, right? The instinct to exist, the primordial instinct, the first instinct of the human race, the human species, is the instinct to exist. And the instinct to exist is the human heartbeat. The pulse of life, the pulse of creation. Without the human heartbeat, our species wouldn't exist. Nothing would exist because we wouldn't know that there is anything in the first place. But the fact that we exist, and the fact that we're the species orbiting the central sun of the universe, and the fact that our DNA is the DNA of infinity, and our consciousness of awareness is the DNA, is the biological expression of infinity, because we understand what the prime mover is, and the prime mover is it, and we are it, because we can now use the prime mover in our creations to just do the same. That makes us the creators ourselves. So we are the biology of creation. We are the creators ourselves. So that means that because we're the consciousness of awareness of creation, that means that we are the singularity of infinity. That singularity of infinity that has an infinite number of points on the electromagnetic field of itself, and each point is a universe, right? Feeding that infinity, that consciousness of awareness, well, that's us, because that energy is the energy that creates the universes, right? And our universe happens to be the one that we inhabit, and we are the species at the epicenter of that universe, at the center, the singularity, the central sun is our sun. And we consume that energy through our eyes and everything that we do, right? So, and that energy is stored in our DNA. So you see, we ourselves are infinity. So we ourselves are the consciousness and self-awareness of infinity, of everything that exists. We are the consciousness and self-awareness of infinity, our species. So we're Sunsons ourselves. We are Sunson because we are the sons of suns, right? Because it's the central sun of everything in our universe. And because we're this species, then we are what is known as the co-creators of infinite eternities. Meaning our species, the human race, is not the only species that is the biological expression of infinity itself, like the consciousness and self-awareness of it, in the way of love, which is the highest energy of our hearts, which is what gives us life in the first place, right? Because there is an infinite number of universes, right? And each universe has an epicenter, a central sun, a centa, right? The first sun, the Sunson, the son of suns of that universe. We just happen to come from one universe, but there is an infinite number of them. So all the species inhabiting the central sun of all the universes, they themselves, when they get to a level of consciousness of awareness, they themselves share our own status. This status of infinity itself, who we are, the biological expression of infinity. We just happen to be the human race, and this is the way we look. But like us, there is an infinite number of other races that share the same status. So, but this is our planet, this is our story, this is our sun. So this is why it's human-centric. But essentially, as a species, who we are is that we're sunsons. So we're the son of suns. This is who we are. Our sun is the son of suns. It's the first sun, it's the central sun of the universe. And the universe is one point in an infinite number of points on the tension on the surface of the electromagnetic field of infinity itself. And the singularity of that is the consciousness of awareness and love. And this is who we are because we're the biology of the central sun of the universe, which is one of an infinite number of them. You see, it's an infinite cycle. It's all connected. So we're Sunson. This is who we are. If you're a human, you're a Sunson because you're a son of suns. This is who you are. Our central sun, this is who we are. Our sun is the central sun, is the son of suns. Sunson. Okay? The first sun, the central sun of our universe. And we're the species. We're the consciousness and the self-awareness, the biological expression of that. Making us Sunsons. All of us, we are the children of the sun. All of us. If you're a human, you're a children. You're children. As human, we're a child. You're a child. You know, we are children. We're the children of the sun. This is who we are because the sun is the creator. And because he created us, then we became conscious and self-aware of the creator by understanding the mathematics and the principles of it by being the prime mover. So we ourselves became the consciousness and self-awareness of the biological expression of the creator. So we ourselves are the creators. Because creators create creations and creation create creators. And we are that. We're the creation of the creator, thus making us the creator because we create creations. Because we understand what it is, because we are the same. We're the biological expression of it because of our electromagnetic field. Pulse of life, the pulse of creation. You see? It's all connected because it's all one. We all energy in the end, but we are conscious and self-aware. Our consciousness and self-awareness is the consciousness of awareness of infinity itself. Our species is this. We are the infinite species, the human race. Because of our location, because our DNA contains all the information that exists about everything that there is. Because all that energy is coming straight into our bodies, and each cell of a body, an infinite number of cells, each of them has DNA structure in them. So you see, everything is stored, all the energy is stored in our DNA. And the energy of the telemetry of the universe, because it's our central sun. And the universe is what? Well, the universe is one universe, a point on the surface of infinity itself, which has its own singularity, which is the energy of consciousness of awareness, which is our minds, who we are. Because we're the central species that are in a universe. So you see, that's why our DNA contains everything that exists, because we're the species that holds the consciousness and self-awareness, the biology that holds the consciousness of awareness of infinity itself. Unlike us, an infinite number of species that have achieved the same because they orbit the central sun of the universes that allow them to evolve into this level of consciousness of awareness. So consciousness of awareness, infinity itself, love, can inhabit them in the way of biological life forms, and then we become the consciousness of awareness of everything that there is because of our DNA, because that's where our DNA is, because of our space structure density, because of who we are. So this is who we are. That's why we're infinite love, we're infinite energy, infinite creation, because we're the love of everything that there is. Because if you understand these, then you understand that we exist because of the human heartbeat, right? And the human heartbeat comes from the DNA, and the DNA exists because of the central sun. So you see, it's full circle. And then because we have a human heartbeat, then we have a pulse of life. And because of our pulse of life, then we are alive. And because we're alive, we're conscious. And because we're conscious, we're self-aware of what? Of our nature, which is a human heart. And the highest energy of the human heart is love, which is the consciousness and self-awareness of infinity. So when we love, we are one with it. Because this is who we are. This is our species. So this is our nature. Because we're the species inhabiting the central sun of creation, which is the sun that releases all the energy that created everything in the universe in the first place, which happened to be the first species that was created at the epicenter. And because this is who we are, then our consciousness of awareness is the consciousness of awareness of infinity itself, because our DNA is that, is a human heart. And not only that, is the fact that because the telemetry of the electromagnetic field of the universe is read in the way of the electrogravitics coming out of the energy from the central sun that created us in the first place, and that energy comes straight into our eyes and our bodies and our cells, that means that everything that exists in the universe is stored within our DNA, which is the DNA of creation, because we ourselves are the human heart, pulse of life, the pulse of creation. Sunsons. This is who we are, the son of suns, the first sun, the central sun of our universe. But remember, there is an infinite number of universes. And because there is an infinite number of universes, that means that the electromagnetic field of infinity itself, the singularity, right, at the epicenter of the electromagnetic field of infinity itself, has an infinite number of points on the surface of it, and each of those points is a universe with a central sun, with a central species inhabiting that central sun like us. So we all are feeding what? The consciousness and self-awareness of the singularity of the infinity. So you see, that's why we are the consciousness and self-awareness of infinity ourselves. Because we're the biological expression of it. So it knows that it exists because it's the self-reflection. By knowing that, okay, this is the sun and this is something that is biological, which is different from the sun, but it understands what it is, which is a prime mover. And when we understand it and comprehend it with the consciousness of awareness, we ourselves are the biological expression of it. Because of self-reference, because we know that we exist. So that makes us conscious. And by being conscious, then we can understand self-awareness, because we understand that by existing, we are something, and that something has awareness. And then we can be aware of our awareness. That is self-awareness. And by becoming self-aware, then we become more conscious. And by becoming conscious, then we evolve into infinity, because we ourselves have the mechanisms within our DNA to do so, because we're the infinite energy of creation. And by doing that, we eventually reach this level in which we ourselves understand that the central sun that created us is an actual energy form, which is spherical in nature, and it has principles, and these principles are the prime mover. And once you map out these mathematically, which is what I've done, and I share that equation with the world, then what that means is that because of it, we are the creator ourselves, because we have the ability in our DNA and our consciousness and our biology to understand and comprehend what the creator is. So we ourselves are it, because now we can use that equation to ourselves create the same. We can create the creator because of the prime mover, because now we master it. So you see, that's why we're sunsons, because we're the son of suns. The central sun, the first sun, the children of the sun, the central sun. This is who we are. Our sun is the Sunson, is the son of suns, is the first sun, the central sun of the universe. And by being that, it makes us the consciousness of awareness of it. And by being that, that means that we're not only the consciousness of awareness of it, but we're the consciousness of awareness of everything that exists, because we're an infinite point in infinity. And the singularity of that is consciousness of awareness, which is what our consciousness of awareness is. So you see, it all comes together. It all comes together as one, because this is the species that we are. So you see, we're a remarkable species. The human species is an incredible species because everything that exists is in our DNA. Everything that exists is in our DNA. So our DNA, the human DNA, contains everything that exists, everything that is real, everything that is part of infinity, of creation, of existence, of eternity. And this is what our DNA is. Because we happen to be the species at the central point. You see, the central sun. Our sun is the central sun of everything. Our universe. And our universe is one of an infinite number of them. And then you see, it comes together as one. Full circle. Because the idea is spherical in nature, is spherical logic. Because then how do you explain how amazing we are? Consciousness and love and all that. Love being the highest energy of creation. It's all that. You see, it's understanding who we are as a nature. And obviously, because we have gone through so much, because of the fallout of the Ice Age, we kind of we went dormant and we forgot that we are the center of everything, and that we're the central species and the most important species and the most ancient species and most developed species. All these things took place because of an event that took place in the past. So If you want to know more about what this event is, please refer to my videos. I have made many videos. Story of Humanity is one of them, and there is many more recent videos about it that explains what happened and what the Ice Age is and the fallout of the Ice Age, and what that means for us, and what caused it, and what is it that did it, and why it did it, and the nature of it, and the reason why we've gone through amnesia and forgot that we are the center of everything and we're the most important species. So, but we are aware again. Why? Because I was able to stare at the sun and awaken myself. And by awakening myself, I was able to awaken our entire species. Because using the energy of the sun, I was able to unlock our DNA structure because I understood our nature, and I had memory downloads because I started to love with the highest energy of creation, which is the energy of our love, of our heart. You see, it's this beautiful infinite virtual cycle of love and sunlight, because sunlight is the highest energy coming from the central sun of creation outside us. And the highest energy within us is love, because it's the highest energy that the human heart can create, and we exist because of the human heart. So love is the highest energy inside, biologically speaking, and outside is the energy of the central sun. So when these two meet, then we awaken as a species, and which is what's happened. So this is why I'm having this conversation with you, because I've been able to awake myself, because our species was dormant because of the fallout of the Ice Age and the things that took place because of everything. And that is, just watch the previous videos and you know exactly what I mean. I just don't I think this video is a different video. So understand this, understand our nature, who we are as a species, and this is incredible, right? Because love is the highest energy that we can create as humans, and it's the highest energy period, because we exist because of it, because of consciousness and self-awareness that comes out of the result of the human heart, which is a consciousness of awareness of infinity itself. So when we love with the high, we feel great, right? Love is feeling great, right? It's a great state. That's why it's the ultimate optimal state, right? Full health is that. Well-being, wellness is loving. All the neurotransmitters, you see, all the pheromones, all the hormones that, kick in as a result of us loving and feeling great, right? Homeostasis, symbiosis, synergy. So it's all that. So love is that highest energy, and we know exactly what love is. So we love because it's our instinct to love, right? We live to love and we love to live. We're a benevolent species, a love-based species, a heart-based species, a heartful species. This is who we are. We live to love and we love to live, right? We're here to love, to feel great, meaningful lives, purposeful lives, happy lives, lives of purpose, lives of meaning. Purpose of life is a life of purpose, pursuit of happiness, right? For us to be happy. So when we understand these, that we love is the highest energy, then we stare at the sun and that energy comes inside our eyes, those two meet. The love, the energy of love and the energy of the sun meet as one, and that unlocks your DNA structure. It unlocks it, and it reminds us of who we are and all the things that we've gone through, so we can be here and now. And I can be sharing this message with you, a message of love, because I'm a messenger. I'm a messenger. I'm a messenger of infinity. I'm a messenger of love, of creation, because this is who we are. We all these. This is our species. We all infinite love, infinite energy, infinite creation. Okay? And the way I communicate is the message is the message of love, because love is the most important thing, because it's everything that there is. Because of love, we exist. Because of love, everything exists, because love is the infinite creation of everything. It's the consciousness and self-awareness of everything that there is, and we are the biological expression of that. So our sun is that, is the first sun, is the central sun, is the sun of suns, is Sunson. So remember this term, Sunson. This is an extremely important term for human affairs moving forward, starting now, because we are the Republic of planet Earth. If you're a human, you are a citizen of the Republic of planet Earth, because you have a heart, and heart is the highest energy of creation. You see, we all have DNA, and our DNA gives us a heart, so it gives us the ability to have a heartbeat, which gives us the ability to be alive. And love is highest energy, so we can be conscious and self-aware. So we understand that we are the central species at the epicenter of the universe. But what happened is that we forgot it because of the events that took place in the past that led to the Ice Age. But I have already explained what those events are and the forces behind those events and who they are and all that. So that's all being provided. So refer to the other videos so you understand exactly why these things happened in the first place. But the fact remains is that we are back in the game. We are back, right, as a species. We are already fully awakened as a species, our DNA, everything. Because we are Sunsons ourselves. We are Sunsons ourselves. We are sons of suns. This is who we are as a species. We're the son of suns. Why? Because we ourselves are suns. Ourselves are suns. Why? Because of our electromagnetic field. You see? Our electromagnetic field, right? Our electromagnetic field is spherical in nature. Because all electromagnetic fields are spherical in nature. And because we're the biology of infinity, we're the consciousness of awareness of infinity, that means that we ourselves are the image of the Creator. And the image of the Creator is who we are. It's by our biology. So we're spherical energy. That makes us a sun. We are a sun of our biological sun. This is who we are. So that's why we're suns. If you're a human, you're a sun because you're the son of suns. You see, you're a sun. Why? Because we're the central sun, the first sun, the son of suns, the first sun that came out of everything. Everything came out of it. So our electromagnetic field is spherical energy. And it comes because of the energy of the human heart, the singularity. The biological singularity is the human heart. The biological creator is the human heart. So we are suns because of that. Each and one of us is a sun. A son of the sun, meaning we are a sun. A sun. This is who we are. A sun. A sun because of our electromagnetic field, spherical energy. And love is the highest energy of creation. So we feed ourselves with the energy of the central sun and create infinities. Because this is who we are. We're sunsons. This is who we are. So by being sunsons, that makes us an extremely amazing species because we're the center of everything. Our biology is that. It's the biology of infinity, the biology of creation. Okay, the consciousness and self-awareness of infinity itself. This is who we are as species. So remember who we are. We're sunsons. We're the central suns. We're the first suns. We're the son of suns. This is who we are. All humans. And remember this. Is this infinite virtue cycle, right, of sunlight and love. Why? Because the highest energy outside the human body is the energy of the central sun, the sunlight. And the highest energy within the human body, our biology, the biology of infinity, is love. So when these two meet, we evolve into infinity. We further evolve ourselves and we're capable of creating the most amazing things. Okay? So this is what we do, right? When these two meet, we unlock our DNA memory, which is the DNA memory of everything that exists. Because we are the central species, the central race, the first race, the most ancient race, because we are the human race. We are the first species, because we are the epicenter of everything that exists. So we're the most ancient species. This is who we are. So because this is the species that we are, then our DNA contains everything that exists because of the telemetry and the electrogravitics of the energy of the central sun that we consume with our eyes and is stored in our DNA memory, in our DNA pools. So everything that exists is contained within us because there is DNA within each cell of the human body. So we are everything that there is because we are infinity ourselves. We're consciousness and self-awareness. This is who we are. We're the human race. We're an incredible species. We're Sunsons. All of us. We're Sunson. This is who we are. This is who we are. Humanity, I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. I'm so Ray. Our videos, my videos, whatever, doesn't matter, are about love, infinity, creation, energy, because we're infinite love, infinite energy, infinite creation. This is who we are. I'm just a messenger. I'm a messenger of infinity. I'm a messenger of creation. This is who I am. I'm a messenger of love. My message is a message of love. It's the message of creation. It's the message of energy. It's the message of infinity. Because this is who we are. This is our DNA. This is exactly who we are as a species. This is our nature. This is what we came here to do. We are the biological expression of infinity. This is who we are. We ourselves are infinity. This is who we are. We are the human race. This is who we are. Humanity, I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. Remember who we are. We're the Republic of Planet Earth. We're the citizenry of the Republic of Planet Earth. We're the citizens of the Republic of Planet Earth. We're the defenders of the Republic of Planet Earth. We're the leaders of the Republic of Planet Earth. This is who we are. We are the human race. We're a benevolent species, a loving species, a love-based species, a heart-based species. This is who we are. We live to love and we love to live. We're a heartful species. We're a good species. This is who we are. Our instincts are good instincts because we're love. We're the highest energy of creation. This is who we are. We're the human heart. If you have a heart, you're human. And if you're human, you can love with the highest energy of creation. And if you're a human, you can also watch. You can see and stare at the sun and absorb all that sunlight that you need to awaken yourself and become one with infinity once again in a conscious manner. And understand that our DNA is the DNA of infinity, because this is who we are as a species. Awaken your DNA memories, know who we are. We are the universe ourselves. We're everything that there is and will always be. Humanity, I love you with all my heart, with all my might. This is who we are. We're the human race. I love you all with all my heart, with all my might.